Hello everybody, this is Mike. Welcome to my channel, Mike the Tech Savvy. Today I'll be talking about the Android ecosystem in general and about two approaches that Samsung, respectively Sony, have taken in this new Android version 7.0. These are my personal thoughts on this, but they're based on using both devices for extended periods of time. We can start off with the start screen. So here it is. I won't talk about specs because this is a Z5 compact and this is a Samsung Galaxy S7. So basically this Sony device is about 6 months older and based on a previous generation CPU. This one has Snapdragon 810 and the equivalent S7 had the 820. The device I have is based on the Exynos SoC. The notification bar is more stock-like on the Sony device and more colorful and whitish on the Samsung device, even though I do not understand the reasoning for this. All Samsung flagships have the Super AMOLED display, therefore black should be a better color for battery saving purposes. When extending the notification bar, we have kind of the same toggles. And if we click on edit here, you can see all the different variants that you have to choose from. You can grab them from here and just drag and drop whichever you like, wherever you like. Sony has taken a more stock-like approach, which is also a bit faster. Now, the app drawer similar. You have to swipe from left to right to get to the next page. On all Sony devices we have virtual keys, and on the most recent S8 we have virtual keys as well. So no more capacitive buttons. Another big difference can be seen here in the settings. So on the Samsung side, settings are grouped somehow, whereas on the Sony device settings are more stock-like again. I can tell you right now that even if I had Samsung devices for like forever, at this point I prefer the Sony approach much more. They're really simple to find and without any additions. Here we have a lot of Samsung additions as well, such as device maintenance, which cleans up the device, game mode, one-handed mode, basically bloatware if you do not use it that often. We have themes support for Samsung as well. Sony had it for like forever now. On the Samsung device you can choose grid size as well. But on the Sony device you can do something which I find a bit better. So we can choose to have rotation on the home screen. You can choose icon size, transition, and some other options. What I'd like to mention is that this Sony device is on a fully stock ROM with the March security patch level, and the Samsung device is on a custom Superman ROM, but still stock like in the looks department, at least, with the April security patch. It doesn't make that much of a difference because all the following Nougat builds will probably look the same. All the new features and gimmicks will be saved for the Xperia X Compact and the Samsung Galaxy S8. So this is probably the final look for the Nougat on these two devices. We can try a quick boot up test. I'm not sure how relevant it is given that these devices do not have the same specs, but we can try it out as well. So let's click restart. Looks like the Sony takes a bit more time to turn off, and I believe it will take a bit longer to turn on as well. Yeah, looks like this is the case here. Yeah, well, from my experience I can tell you that Sony is one of the slowest devices to boot up, but because of the basic interface that the firm has chosen, they're also quite fast in operation. This balances things quite a lot. I would prefer a device that is much faster in daily use and boots up a bit slower. I mean, let's be honest, how often do you restart your device? On the Android 7 you can choose to auto restart it each night, so you won't have to fiddle with that manually. All the basic apps are created by each brand separately, so the calculator app, for example, looks different on these two devices. The calendar app looks different on the Samsung device. The recent apps is also different. So here it is for Samsung and here it is for Sony device. The clear all button here is on top and here is below. But another thing to point out is that Sony has kept the small apps. These are very useful apps which can be minimized and used like this without interfering with other stuff. This option was pretty interesting and I'm not sure if it's still available on the newer devices such as the X Compact, but they still kept it for the Z5. If I would have to choose from these two, I would probably choose the Sony software with the Samsung hardware. So I find the Sony devices to be a bit more responsive and a bit more fast in day-to-day activities, whereas the Samsung devices, and by devices I mean flagships here, have a more developed hardware platform, but the software, I believe it's more on the cartoonish side even today, when TouchWiz is much more debloated than in the days of the past, but still it's a bit too much for my taste at the moment. As a conclusion, I can say that whichever platform you choose, it would be satisfactory. So both these platforms are very good in day-to-day usage. It's just a matter of personal preference, which one you like more. So that's about it for today. I'd like to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to press the like button. And if you'd like to see more videos in the future, please do not forget to press the subscribe button as well. This was Mike the Tech Savvy. I wish you a great day. Until next time. Bye!